Yes, the rumors are true. I did get a new windbreaker. The rumors are true. The rumors from around town are true.
Yeah, everybody's been talking. Everybody on the streets talking.
There's been a lot of things said about me, but this one thing has been true. I did get a new windbreaker.
Richter got a North Face and some Uggs.
I got Uggs. I got the fucking ratty ass Vans. I'm starting to slowly dress more like how I did when I was in high school.
Yeah, I could see
A little bit more looser pants.
I just can't wait till you get to the LeBray piercing,
huh? Start the eyebrow ring back up.
dude.
Yeah, that's why I can fit the one in.
I believe
I can fit the one in.
Isn't that's kind of like some that's some universal karma shit right there.
Uh-huh.
You know what we're not gonna do? Allow that one to heal back up.
Both of them. Well, one from rips, so there's a scar.
Yeah.
But the other one, yeah. It's
Like everything else, like over time, that'll go.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yep.
Not that. You have to live with that.
I don't
forever.
understand. It doesn't make any sense. So my body has always rejected piercings.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it was. I think that my body has rejected the piercings, and it fucked them up so bad because they never healed right.
Yeah.
None of them ever did. Nipple rings, nothing. Never ever like healed right. And I think that's what happened. Like it scarred
yeah.
over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
Cheap stuff from Wicked.
100%, dude.
You got some tin in there.
Oh yeah.
Some aluminum. You got it's an old melted down pop can.
Yeah.
They turned into a
Yeah.
nipple ring.
I used to fucking get them from water beds and shit. So it'd be like acrylic plastic, and my body's trying to reject it because it's plastic in my system.
It's just this terrible shit.
Yeah, yeah,
Your body's
yeah.
like, no, get this fucking out of here.
Yep.
This came from the fucking flea market.
Yep. That's 100%. And I wouldn't wash it and shit.
Yeah, that'll.
So it would like drop, but I would change it all the time. And honestly, probably changing it all the time was worse for it
Yeah,
than
probably.
anything because I like constantly.
Yeah.
I would take it out, put it back into school. I'd always have to like re-pierce it, like so it's like over and over. Dude, it's stupid shit.
Yeah.
Stupid shit.
Dude, that one that I had that infected whenever my ear was stretched out. I'll look at that picture still, and it's so fucking disgusting.
I don't want to see it. I don't.
It is. I had my ears punched out, and it infected so bad that
From the
whenever it
punch?
was done, no, punched out.
No, I
like-
mean like from the punch. Like did it
Oh,
get
no,
infected
no.
or did it was something you put in it?
No, it was years after that.
Did you put like a bolt in it? Were you one of the ones that put a bolt in
No,
it?
fuck no.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. That's dumb. You get galvanized poisoning or some
Yeah,
shit from it.
yeah.
But no, I got them punched out, so they never should have been able to heal all the way back.
Yeah.
Fast forward a couple years, I forget what size I was at. It was pretty decent size, and it was just something to do with like acrylic or whatever it was. And I just woke up one day and it was like super infected all the way down my throat and shit. So it was all red and fucking. It was like,
Dude, that's like
it was
blood
going around my
poisoning.
body. Yeah.
You have to go to
God
the doctor and
damn.
shit.
No, fuck no. I just let it go. Just hey, if it killed me, it killed me.
Oh my god.
I've done that shit with a lot of things. A lot of things.
You probably got brain damage from it.
I got a lot of it going on. And it got so infected, it just was disgusting. I mean, I would show the picture if it wasn't. We would never be allowed on any platform ever again. How gross it is, and it sealed all the way up. We're talking about going from
Yeah.
that big to sealing all the way up, and there is no hole there at all anymore. This one there's still a hole because it
Yeah.
got punched out. This one's nope, nothing.
Because of like it was an open wound still, so it just healed itself.
You look at it, you can't see a hole that big. You can't see through it because of all the goo in the middle of it. It's the grossest thing. Big old infected. Yeah.
Nope. I think that shit freaks me out. There's a gnat in here to drive me fucking nuts.
Nat King Cole over in the corner.
Babu. What you guys talking?
Jesus.
It's gross, man.
It's disgusting.
One time I had hey, remember the game Coconut? You put
Was
your
that
hands like this,
the
and
flipping?
you flip
Yeah.
back and forth.
Yeah.
Had fucking flicked me on doing Coconut. One time we were like young, it was like during lunch or something, and it fucking split my finger, and I just let it go, and it got infected. And one morning I woke up, my finger was like this big.
Jesus Christ.
And I was like, what the fuck's going on? And I squeezed it at the knuckle, and pus just started going everywhere. And I was like, and then it healed like up real quick.
No shit. Just got all that shit out of there.
Yeah,
And just
because it was like puffy for like a long time, for like 2 weeks. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
could have lost my fucking finger.
Were you? Yeah.
I was like a kid, yeah.
Yeah.
But I fucking grabbed it by the knuckle and I just pushed and it goes. And then I was like, and I instantly felt better too. Like,
Yeah.
it didn't hurt.
All the
Like,
pressure was gone. Shit.
yeah, dude, I'm talking. It healed up like the next day. I was like, oh shit.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
You remember the kids that like every time something happened they'd get to like be infected?
Always dirty kids. Always got infection. All the
Like
time.
yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be the same
Yeast
kids that
infections
are
and
always
shit.
there like pulling on their fucking
Uh-huh.
their fingernail shit all the time, the hangnails and
They
stuff.
always had fingernails that were like down to here.
Yep. And they
Dude.
would always be fucking infected and shit.
I don't under.
I've not had that many. I've had gnarly shit.
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
the fucking mouth infection was the worst.
Yeah.
But like, it's not been that many times whenever that's happened to me.
There's just
like,
some pus. There's some kind of substance just dripping from you at all times.
yeah, like, kid,
Dude,
what do
it
you?
pisses me
You're
off.
7. What?
Well, I mean, we went to school with one kid. I've talked about it on the podcast before, where every time he would cut himself, he always cut himself because they're always getting cut and shit.
Yeah.
And he would lick the blood because he said he was.
I remember a kid like
I'm
that.
part Indian. And
What does that have?
it makes me live longer. What? You're just making up a bunch of shit. Those aren't even like old Indian
No.
fucking like
No, you know what it
legends
is?
or something.
That's some white trash fucking. He heard it in the trailer park or something.
It'll make you live longer. It'll make you live longer.
No. Well,
That doesn't even make any sense no matter how you fucking spin it. Yeah, well, I'm part Indian and it'll make me live longer. You're just at this point, you're just saying stuff.
I know kids say crazy shit.
Yeah. No, dude, we were like in the 7th grade.
Well, my
Yeah.
I hate everything. I hate it all.
Nothing.
Yeah, it's because I got loud.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
We got to fucking.
Anyway, back to the fucking
Yeah,
vampire kid. So by 7th grade,
Yeah.
7th grade, you're saying shit like that.
Yeah. You know his woman's parents told him that too.
Eat, drink your own fucking. Yeah, probably because he's bleeding all over the house.
Yeah, just lick it. Just lick it.
It'll make you live longer.
Yeah. Head bigger than fuck. His head was like this big.
Jesus Christ.
I'll tell you who it is afterwards. Fucking. I don't know whatever happened to him. I'm sure he overdosed. I know. I just
Well,
know.
I don't know because I know you've talked about it before.
Yeah.
I didn't know who it was, but I was gonna say about 4 sentences ago that it didn't make him live any longer, just because I assumed that
It
he's
was.
dead.
Yeah. No, he for sure. There's no way. Watch him be like just super successful.
Probably.
It made him live longer.
Forbes 500. Yeah,
He actually
he's
cracked the
only
code.
26.
Yeah, he cracked the code. Gets like a Nobel Prize and shit. Like he figured out how to live longer. You just got to lick your own blood.
Yeah.
Lick your own.
And be 10% Indian.
Yeah, be 10% Indian and drink your own blood. You'll live forever.
Did he say what? Did he say what kind of Indian he was?
No, he just said that. He just, I got Indian.
Probably Cherokee.
More than likely.
Yeah.
More than Jeep Grand Cherokee is what he is.
You know, we've talked about. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You know, we talked about that shit, that whole thing before. The 90s.
Yeah.
Everybody's Native American, all that shit. I heard somebody else on some big podcast talking about that the other day.
Yeah.
That
It's probably Theo. I'm sure.
Yeah,
That
I
sounds like
forget.
some fucking Theo
Sounds
Vaughn
like it.
shit.
I forget who it was now, but I know it was a massive podcast. They're talking about the time period when everybody said they were Native American.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, oh man, that shit
The
went
90s
further
was-
than the Appalachian fucking.
Yeah. Dude, the
mountains.
90s was like, that was just a thing.
Everyone.
I don't know why.
Not everyone. Everyone that wore a cutoff to the park every day.
Yeah. Fair goers and shit. Yeah. County fair shit. Yeah. It's infections are gross.
Yeah, Blackfoot or Cherokee. Anyway,
So let's hop into some of the, because I know we'll keep going on a tangent. I want to hop on some of this.
yeah, we've missed a lot. We've been gone for a month, so
Yeah.
We'll start with the Starliner. The Starliner's been floating in space since June. I think May or June.
Yeah.
No,
And they're going to be stuck out there for a year, right?
yeah, launched in May, was supposed to be back in June. I think it was like 2 weeks or something. They were supposed to be gone. And Boeing sends them up into fucking space.
Yeah.
While Boeing has been having fucking planes falling apart for the last year.
I wonder what's going on with that.
I
There's
know.
conspiracies about it.
Well, them falling apart hasn't really been necessarily a conspiracy because
Or just
they
using cheap
say that
parts.
they're just fucking cutting corners. The whistleblower that came out, two of them that came out to speak on that, they're both dead. That's the conspiracy side of things. Boeing is shutting them up because Boeing is tied to higher powers.
Yeah, for sure.
They're just being cheap.
And now is Boeing? Is it an airline or is it a type of plane?
It's
a type of plane, right?
yeah, it's a manufacturer.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Boeing 757,
Boeing.
747.
It's a type of plane.
The Boeing 757.
Yeah.
So there's also things where they were putting people in place under DEI things.
Yeah.
So they're coming out and saying like, yeah, these people aren't even fucking qualified. They qualify by being this, or this.
Right.
They're putting them in, and they're not actually doing their jobs correctly. So Boeing's response to that was, let's put some people in space. Let's see.
Jeez.
Our planes won't fly, but let's put some people in space.
I bet it's just a distraction.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think.
No, I mean, I think it's really happening.
Yeah.
But I think it's a distraction. I think it's all purpose. I think they're like, let's just kill a bunch of people or like get them stranded in space so the people look over here while we're fucking doing crazy
Well,
shit
we're
over
ruining
here.
shit fucking
Yeah.
down here.
Yeah, down here.
Maybe. I mean, that's what everything else is.
So they're stuck in space, and
Yeah. So they docked up with the International Space Station.
okay,
They're not going to be able to come back down until SpaceX goes up and catches them, which is fucking hilarious. They all hate Elon so
Yeah,
much,
yeah.
but SpaceX is going to go get them. While they're sitting there, they've been like, apparently they've been docked with the space station, but they've been sitting in their little Starliner this whole time.
gotcha.
And they were running some tests, and the guy fucking calls back to Houston. It's like, I'm hearing shit. Like, what is this? And I think it's on this clip right here.
Yeah. Play this bad boy.
Who's with you, Butch? Go ahead.
The strange
Pause
noise
this real
coming
quick.
through the speaker.
Of course, his name's Butch. Isn't that the most fucking like NASA Butch?
That's Butch.
That's Butch.
That's, you know what?
It's probably a nickname. It's probably not his real name.
Probably.
That's Butch.
That's one of the first Butches I've heard of in a while.
Yeah. I haven't heard
You
that
don't
name in a
hear
long
many.
time.
Yeah, Butch, very 90s name. Going
Yeah.
back to Butch is somebody that was probably half Cherokee. Butch and Terry.
He drank his own blood.
Yeah, but we got Butch up there.
Yeah. All right, let's get her going.
And I didn't know if you could connect into the Starliner and let me keep Mike and let you hear. I don't know what's making it.
We can configure that, Butch. Give us a minute, and I'll call you back when it's ready.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna keep the mic up next to the speaker.
Copy.
It's so fucking scary.
Yep, good recording. Thanks, Butch. We will pass it on to the team and let you know what we find.
That's so fucking creepy. That's
Houston not worried about it at all.
don't give a fuck. He's done with it.
Thanks,
That
dude.
dude straight don't give a shit. Thanks, Butch. There's probably a ghost on the ship. Fucking, we'll see you later.
Yeah. Stay safe. We'll see you when you come back.
Yeah, so that was coming through
So,
Echoes in Space, man.
so the next day they come out. NASA comes out and reports it as just being it was a fault in the audio decoder sending out that sounds like a fucking sonar.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it sounds like something.
Yeah. Now you know the whole thing that we've known of for a while of the constant frequency that's been going on in space. Nobody's ever explained what that is.
No, and they had to. I guarantee they fucking know.
There's things that are known out there that are.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is you can't be dumb and be an astronaut.
Yeah, exactly.
You,
And that, like, my thing about that in particular is there was obviously something to it to where he was like, hey,
that's what I was gonna say.
you know what I'm saying? Like, they go through if he's not worried about being stranded in space for a year,
yeah. He's
but
chill
for
with
some
that.
reason he sent this back like, hey, there's some weird sound going on.
Yeah. Can we get what that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
They're
we
like,
put you through?
They're
Like,
trying to fucking that's just another astronaut talking in the other room. Or just whatever made up shit that they're fucking.
it's your cloud lifter pulling in.
Yeah,
from,
yeah.
It's from the
that's
downstairs
fucking,
radio.
Goddamn, it's picking up the fucking Hank 98.109 FM. Yeah, it's picking up that fucking new outlaw country station that's in Chillicothe.
Yeah, it's got to be questioned right there. I mean,
Yeah.
even if devil's advocate, let's say that it is just an audio interference or a decoder or a decoder fault, and it's kicking this thing out. Let's say that is what it is. Why doesn't Butch know that?
Why don't Butch know that? Yeah.
Butch should know that. Also, the guy that's on the other side should say, no, that's what this is. This happens sometimes.
Yeah.
You guys are astronauts.
Yeah.
You guys are some of the smartest people in the world.
Yeah. And you had to pass it along to a panel
Yeah.
to go over it. There's like, yeah, that's not what that is.
Yeah.
That's just
But didn't even have an answer for him for a day.
no. Yeah.
Somebody somewhere. You're telling me an audio engineer at the Masseyville audio school
Recording workshop.
would know what that is.
Yeah.
That's who they had to go call.
And it had a pulse to it.
yeah. It was a
It was a constant pulse.
yeah. I don't know.
There, and here's the thing is, like, let's say there was an issue with the decoder or whatever like that, and it was putting out that sound, but there's still a sound that's coming into it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how that stuff works, but there would have to be some sort of a sound coming into it, right, in order for it to pick it up.
It's supposed to be. It was their communication. It was on the radio waves, communication between them and the ISS.
Right.
So they're talking. It's like if we
Almost
pick
like a
up,
feedback or something.
yeah, if we pick up something else while we're here, so it's only coming across with his audio. What we're told.
Uh-huh.
But at the beginning of that, he acts like it's coming through in the Starliner.
Yeah.
Inside the Starliner,
Yeah.
not from a mic.
Right.
But what we're told is it's coming from a mic.
Yeah. Dude, I bet
Why
it's
did
some
it take a
fucking-
day to find that out?
I bet it's some fucking real creepy shit, because especially if it's coming through, like, when they're stranded out there.
And here's where the conspiracy comes in.
Are they sacrificed, or they throw it out there on purpose?
Is that maybe they've already seen something
Yeah. Yeah.
and they're not going to be coming back
Yeah. Yeah.
because they've already seen something, reported something crazy.
Yeah.
Now they heard this. That's why he's a little weird.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, hey, hang tight till 2025.
Yeah.
See what we can do.
Yeah.
And then something happens.
Yeah. Because, yeah, what are we going to do if they don't get to come back? Like, what if they die in space and they're on the fucking ship, and you can't just go retrieve it, right?
No, when somebody dies in space, it's where you're there.
Has anybody ever died in space?
There's been lost people.
Really? Fucking wild.
You ever seen Armageddon?
Well, yeah, but that's
Buscemi?
not real, though.
Oh.
That's,
Fuck, I thought that was
I
real.
know, dude. It's fucking...
I wish it was real. No, yeah, there's been other countries have
Yeah.
people lost in space.
I mean, we know for a fact that they do a damn good job of stopping outside media to come in the United States, where it doesn't even fucking come. Like, we don't even know
Yeah.
it's going to other countries, because apparently there are other countries that it's like, oh, this stuff's been going on or whatever
Yeah.
like that. You know what I mean? Like, how do you guys not know about it, kind of thing? Because they don't know that we don't know.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's no different than like how North Korea has no idea what's going on in the whole world.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, all you got to
Right.
do, you just control our fucking our.
So there, I mean, dude,
We assume we have
how do
full
we
internet.
how do we know that there's not already been like, oh yeah, no, we've made contact, but it's just elsewhere in the world.
Shit,
You know what I mean?
Forgot. Yeah, no, absolutely.
What'd you
exactly.
forget?
I forgot that there was something else that I saw yesterday. But that could be well known everywhere else.
Yeah.
You know, obviously,
How how fucked up would it be if we are so shut off and they're so good at controlling our media and controlling what we know that the whole world already knows, and they've known the whole time.
yeah.
And it's just like normal for them, but for some reason they've kept it from the United States. And the United States is the only ones that are still like, I wonder if, and it's like the other ones are like literally
Yeah,
like,
like,
oh yeah, like we
yeah.
know, like
It would. I mean, it obviously would be super hard for that because a lot of Americans run VPNs.
yeah.
So we
Oh,
have
yeah, yeah, I know.
outside to access.
I'm not being serious,
But-
here. I'm just making up a hypothetical.
But I'm saying how possible it is if we are not on. I was getting ready to say earlier
Yeah.
about how we believe that we have total access to the internet. Maybe we
Right.
don't.
Maybe we don't, right?
You
Maybe we
know?
just got like a little piece of it.
It's so easy whenever you have people, somebody else is building your communication channels.
Right.
You have no access to any communication channels. So the VPN can give you somewhere in Mexico or whatever. But what if it's only our internet in Mexico and it's not the,
Right, it's
you
still
know,
on whatever
what if it's
network that
something-
we own.
Yeah, exactly. Going with that, I mean, I don't know what that is. To finish that story out,
Yeah.
I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, it's creepy though.
I don't fully believe that it is a fucking an audio problem.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely could be something as simple as that, but it's still so weird that like there's something up. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like it's a pulsing. It's like everything we've ever seen in any type of sci-fi horror movie is that fucking thing, right?
It's
there.
always how shit fucking
Yeah,
starts.
yeah.
Like, And like I said, the conspiracy, if you go down certain fucking rabbit holes, is that they were the original conspiracy last month, 2 months ago, was that they were going to allow them to float around till they died. That they weren't going to let them dock because it's a hydrogen problem, I guess, or something like that, that is not allowing them to return.
Really?
So the original conspiracy is like, yeah, they're not going to let them return because they've fucking seen shit.
Yeah.
I'm reading somebody from a basement somewhere, you know,
Right,
who knows,
right,
probably
right.
has no access to anything.
Right.
But maybe something to pay attention to over the next 8 months. Whenever if they don't come back, maybe something was seen, maybe something was heard.
It has been nonstop for the past like 3 years.
Yeah.
Non-fucking
Yeah.
stop. It's been a lot. And I think a lot of it is, I think there's a whole lot going on, especially with shit like this, shit going on with the pedophilia scandals and all that stuff. I think all that stuff, and I think a lot of this shit that's even more, I think is to try to get people's attention because of how like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
like there is a lot going on.
There's a whole lot going on. Election on top of it, and this is also the time if you want to get away with some fucking some national or international shit. This is whenever you fucking get away with it.
Yep.
Hit that third link there that I sent, that third tab before we get on this guy, because this just happened.
Okay.
You can probably go ahead and switch that over so people can see what this is.
Okay.
NASA finds this on Mars and is already looking for life. It's the biggest discovery in history.
They found what, water?
Yep. Look at that.
That's like a fucking ocean.
That's like, yeah. Now, I didn't get to fully read it.
Is Mars bigger than Earth?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Gotcha.
I wonder.
I'm of the demographic that I think that Mars is either about to start life or it's a dead planet that used to have life.
I
One of the
believe,
two, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I believe it was
Yeah.
some shit. I'm gonna ask and see if is Mars. No, Mars is not bigger than Earth. Mars is about half the size of Earth.
Jesus.
Specifically, Mars has a diameter of blah blah blah. Yeah, so about half the size of Earth. So this article, this unprecedented finding was made August 12th, 2024, so a couple weeks ago, based on materials obtained from the Mars Insight lander spacecraft launched in 2018. Liquid water has been found on the surface.
Yeah.
Not old proof of
Yeah.
water,
Yeah.
not some fucking fossils. They found fucking water.
Yeah. Which, yeah.
Mars quake seismic data, blah, blah, blah. From the seismic wave data, it was found that subsurface water is present. The procedure scientists used resembled a search for water sources on Earth. These water sources are situated in depths between 10 and 20 kilometers deep. The discovery offers concrete data supporting the historical hypothesis about the disappearance of water on Mars' surface. That is... Anybody see that on the news or anything?
Oh, dude, it hasn't been anywhere. I didn't know about it.
Yeah. Fuck no. That was on the 12th, so like, yeah, a couple weeks ago. That is absolutely insane.
Yeah. I mean, that's fucking, I mean, that's massive deal. I haven't seen even like TikToks about it and shit.
Water almost 100% means life.
Yeah.
The kind of life, you know,
Right.
bacteria,
Yeah.
I
It
guess.
could be bacteria, right, for sure, but regardless. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a big deal.
Fucking life.
I wonder what kind. Is it like water, or is it like some sort of? If that makes sense, like is it the kind of water that you'd find here, or
I guess it would be water. Well water springs
okay?
unlock the opportunity to dwell beneath the soil. Dwell beneath the
Dude,
soil.
fucking. How is it crazy? Is it that Mars got clean water before Flint, Michigan?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
No shit. Yeah.
Somebody call the mayor.
Yeah. Thanks, Obama.
That's fucking crazy.
It's.
though.
I mean, it's absolutely fucking insane. It's one of the most historic things ever.
yeah, in the history of fucking science.
It means something, and what that means, we may never know. Maybe somebody knows. Somebody probably does know.
I'm sure they know. I'm sure they're just like, oh yeah, it's old news to us.
You know,
I bathed in it.
If you,
Yeah, motherfucker surfing and shit.
Yeah. You know, it's going to be in about 20 years, instead of people having the old fucking the fucking wall, the Berlin Wall rock, you know how back in the
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
90s
yeah,
a
yeah,
bunch of people had Berlin Wall rocks on their fucking
Yeah.
their office desks and shit. People's going to have Mars water.
Yeah, Mars water.
It's water
the
from Mars,
fucking-
and it's
yeah.
just a little fucking
dirty and shit.
yeah, it's fucking disgusting. It's actually just
Swamp-
Paint Creek water.
Yeah, Paint Creek water, just swamp water.
I'm gonna start selling it
You should start selling it.
directly.
This is
from
Mars
Mars.
Waddle.
This is Mars Waddle.
Fucking Mars water.
Mars Waddle bottle.
Drink it, it cures your back.
I fucking wish it would. I'm dying.
The most pure water. That's I didn't know about that. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Scary.
Absolute. Fucking drive me nuts every time I fucking say something. Absolutely insane though. Like there's something to that.
Yeah.
Whether that's where we came from, which we'll never find that out. We'll die before they let us know.
Oh, everybody will die. Like the whole world will
It's-
fucking. It's never gonna fucking.
I was reading shit the other day that pretty much fucking proved that they're the whole. That's a whole different rabbit hole, but you know the previous modern civilizations were pretty much there on the reality of them actually happening,
Yeah.
instead of just this whole idea of what we think happened. Changes everything.
Dude, it could be as something as fucking crazy. All right, here we go. Some crazy thing I just thought of. What if the whole idea that there are only like 7 families that rule the world, like for real,
Yeah.
because they repopulated the fucking world, because that their lineage goes clear back to the old humanity
Makes sense.
in thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years.
Makes sense. I mean, definitely makes sense. Well, if you look at just the fact of the Big Bang happening so many millions of years prior to what they thought, then that allows for cycles of life into every planet.
Yeah, because supposedly they think that the Big Bang did happen, but it was one of multiple
Yeah.
occurrences, not like just one thing.
Yeah. Well, that whole fucking theory that the Big Bang is just the recycle of the universe.
Yeah.
And that after this is done, it'll be another Big Bang a million years from now.
Yep.
The Big Bang.
The Jesuits, dude. Is that who it is?
It's
Is that the
fucking
family?
Jesuits, man.
They fucking. They
That's-
were a part of the old world,
That's it.
and the only reason that we look like how they look is because of the fact that they repopulated from what they look like. So it's not like we're going to start out as germ species. You know
No,
what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah, for
Like
sure.
we're not. We didn't evolve.
Man, you know, not to get going on this crazy subject, it's not that I don't believe in evolution.
There's
There's some
lot.
weird
There's
questions
some
out
weird
there.
questions with it, dude. There's some weird shit.
There's the fact that it is held so near and dear to some people that
Yeah.
will not question it
Yeah.
is fucking weird.
It's weird to me, especially because it's like I understand things change into other things, but also like I don't what I don't understand. My thing is like, because a lot of them think that we were basically like fish, pretty much, right? Or like,
Yeah, they say that everything came from the ocean, everything.
which I don't understand is you could evolve in the same
Why would-
animal species, but you can't.
What was our threat to leave water?
Right.
A whale, maybe?
Yeah.
But what about the little fish that never evolved?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of stuff with that. It's like, but also like, I'm trying to. How can I explain it? How can I forget what it's called? Is it class or is it whatever it is?
Species or class?
Yeah. So like mammals,
Yeah.
fish, blah blah blah. Everything evolved from. How did it evolve to a different type of species rather than just a newer version
Yeah.
of that same species? Does that make sense?
Yeah. And that, I mean, that kind of, it's hard because you also have fish mammals.
Yeah, like seals
You know?
and shit, right?
Yeah. I guess a whale is a mammal, isn't it? Or a
yeah,
dolphin?
sea mammals and shit. Yeah,
Like, so you have that was
But it
its
still
own
just
thing
doesn't
floating
make
around.
sense.
But alligators predate us. Why haven't they evolved?
yeah. And also, like, my thing about it, and this is gonna sound like some sort of fucking idiot thing. I think that we came from apes. I do that. I back that. I think it was a alien ape thing.
the what's it called theory? The
Yeah, alien fucking stone. No,
yeah, the stoned ape theory, right?
Is it stone ape? That, or it's like the alien intervention,
Yeah,
whatever.
and it's
But
all in one
I
because
I don't think I was like some sort of a fucking seal or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I was like a water bearing creature.
maybe
Not me.
I could see you being
Not
a fucking
me.
seal.
Not me. Maybe Seal the singer.
Touch of a
Maybe
fucking
him,
rose,
man.
man. I don't know, and it's the thing
Did you
is,
say touch a rose?
touch of
Kiss.
a rose.
Kiss. It's kiss from a rose.
Yeah, correct me, seal.
Touch of a rose.
I don't fucking know.
You know, touch of a rose.
I don't know that
Seal.
shit.
Touch of a rose.
You act like I listen to Seal.
Yeah, touch of a rose.
I don't listen to Seal.
Baby, could it
What
be
a
a
song.
touch from a rose?
I mean, it gets fucking get bricked, man.
Baby.
He's just talking about hurting himself.
Yeah. That's how he got his face.
Oh,
Someone just grazed a rose, cut his face all the hell back.
just hit him with
I
the
got
fucking
grazed by a rose.
hit him with the stem of it.
Baby, when I was a kid, I fell in a rose bush.
Oh my!
It's like, oh, fuck, dude. This is a ballad. La, la, la. Just like, all right, dude. We get it. We get it.
Fuck.
I just
But
don't
we
think
all
I was a
sound-
seal.
We all sound dumb saying these things because, of course,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't prepare myself for that conversation whatsoever. But I don't know. I just have some weird theories.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. None of it makes
None of it
any
makes sense to me. I'm not smart or anything by all means, but it's just still like there's certain things I'm just like, I don't know, man.
Yeah. I don't know.
See, this one I was real excited to talk about. Another alien thing. So a couple weeks back, when we looked up, play the other video first. This is a different person talking about it, but the underwater creature, right? In my head, I was like, it's a creature for sure, right?
So-
which I was excited about,
Yeah. The Leviathan.
Yeah.
All the crazy shit.
which gets me stoked because that's like evil shit. Leviathan was like the fucking part of like the devil or something like that. He was like
Yeah.
a demon or something. So anyway, let's watch this.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, dude. How it goes from one ear to the other in the headphones.
Yeah. That's so loud.
All right, pause it.
That's so loud.
Yeah, it's so fucking loud. So there was a guy explaining it on the last episode I think we played, but that something is moving. They've been monitoring it. It's moving, and everyone keeps saying it's like a sea monster. So like they're stoked because they think it's like a cryptid of some sort,
Yeah,
right?
because
Or
there was
Leviathan.
this thing at one point that it looked like the head of a fucking
Uh-huh.
snake,
Yeah,
and then they just said that it was an anomaly.
yeah.
It was a anomaly with the sensors out there, the seismic sensors and all that. That it
Yeah.
wasn't it. And you have this guy that comes up and he's talking about things.
Yeah,
He's a fucking
this
he's
was
a
last-
really respectable, respectable guy.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I mean,
This was last week on Joe, and he's talking. And he's not bringing about this video.
no. In fact, it's not even about that anomaly whatsoever because what he's talking about is much smaller. That one right there is the size of Africa.
Uh huh. Yeah.
This is the size of a building.
Yeah,
that he's talking
He says
about.
like 3 blocks or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Our government that have said it's here, whatever it is.
Right.
But these things could also be from under the water. These things could be something that is as natural to Earth as the little beasties were, right, when we first discovered them. Maybe they've been here all along.
Right.
So
The ocean is largely undiscovered. One of the things that people need to understand is that most of the exploration of the ocean is really essentially around the outside edges.
that's right.
It's around the shores,
Less than 10%. So
which is nuts.
a buddy of mine
90% of the ocean.
that's right.
It's like what?
we know more about the moon than the bottom of our own ocean. And so,
That's so crazy.
yeah, that's fact.
And these underwater crafts, like this enormous one that apparently was near this oil rig, how many of them have been? Has there been more than one of those videos?
So let me tell you what I can say from open source.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And then I'll tell you about a conversation I had without attribution because I don't want to get in trouble. Everybody's, well, not say everybody. A lot of people are familiar with the Air Force's program called the Fast Walker program, which is a program that was started by the Air Force, among other things, was to detect UFOs. That's a fact. to actually, that was part of their mission,
Okay.
to detect a lot of things, adversarial technology, but UFOs was one of them. It was called the Fast Walker program. There was some information that was released publicly about a similar program the Navy has. I can't talk about it because I don't have approval to talk about it. But obviously they're interested because they have equities underwater. They're interested in if there's anything underwater that can perform beyond anything we have. And I remember speaking to one individual who pulled me aside very privately, and he said, Lou, we were tracking this thing doing, and I won't say the exact speed, but hundreds and hundreds of knots underwater, and it was bigger than our own submarine. Right now, you know how big our submarines are, right? They're huge.
Yeah.
And I asked him naively, I just kind of came out, well, what do you do when you encounter that? And he just said, very honestly, he said, we go around. Just like that, we go around.
Have there been interactions with these things?
I would not at liberty to discuss any details about that.
Right.
That's not for me to discuss. You know,
You and I got to get drunk.
I'm a lightweight, you know.
I got to get you drunk. Let's go have some
yeah.
whiskey. Find out what the fuck is up. So this thing is bigger than the sub, and they followed it for hundreds of miles.
Let me give you another a great event that occurred, and I'll
Okay.
talk about this because it's not classified.
Okay.
The portions that might be, I don't know about, so it should be fine. There's an individual who I'm aware of who was a helo pilot, a helicopter pilot back in the late 90s in the Caribbean, and they were doing missile recovery. So what happened is that the Navy would test fire missiles, and then they kind of run out of fuel, they hit the water, and they sink. And at a predetermined time, they pop to the surface, we grab it with a helicopter, bring it back to shore, and we test it for telemetry and make sure that this cruise missile was doing what it was supposed to do. So they're out there in the helicopter, frogmen hanging down the line. You got the helo pilot, you got the crew chief, and the co-pilot looking all down at the bubble. And as they're about to grab this cruise missile out of the ocean, something huge and round, and what was described to me as black as a devil, starts to rise to the surface. The water begins to churn, very much like David Fravor's description of the Tic Tac incident and the roiling water. The frogman is so freaked out, he's literally trying to climb the line back up. He's like total panic at the disco, right? And the helicopter's like, do we do like an emergency ascent? What the hell's going on here? And right as this thing is about, and by the way, it's the size of a small island and round. Right as this thing is about to break the surface, it sucks the missile down and disappears.
Jesus
And that
Christ.
was, yeah. And Dave Fravor could probably tell you that story a little better than I can. But when you compare that to other things, you got to say,
Imagine being that guy hanging from that line.
no.
Yeah. So they said they got like 4K video of it. Okay, so
Yeah.
how do you feel about this dude?
Dude,
I believe him because he seems
100%.
so fucking like.
Well, and he named the other person that I believe wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
David Fravor.
Yeah.
And if you listen to Dave talk about it, it's exactly like he said. As they got down, something that the Tic Tac was going to, and it was like corresponding with something under the water, and it came up and it was white water because it was shifting the water.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear more from Fravor about it because what he just said is Fravor could talk more about this particular incident. He has never talked to him.
Yeah.
He only talked about his own.
Yeah.
So there's some real.
He's probably seen the video because they said there's a video.
Yeah. I'm a space guy. I think they do come from space, but I think that they have a change where they can go in and out of the fucking water no problem. I think there might be, maybe they're from space and they build a fucking base underneath the ocean.
Or maybe it's just like a fucking. You go in the water deep enough and you end up in space.
I don't know because I believe in the planet. I'm not a flat earther.
I'm not. That doesn't mean flat Earth though.
So what other part are you going to? How you going?
Flat Earth.
Are you changing dimensions by going down through the water?
That's what I'm. Yeah, I think it's. I don't think it's like as in like a flat plane where it's like if there's an end to it, like an ice wall or anything like that. I think it's legitimately like, almost like when you're scrolling in a video game, and it's like the background's moving.
Yeah. See, I believe in the globe though because you can't do anything with that. The globe is the globe. The planet's a planet. So what makes us any what makes our planet any different than like Mars?
Mars doesn't exist.
I
legit don't.
I can't argue.
I legit.
Whenever you don't think it exists.
I'm not a flat earther. I just think it's all dimensional based. I really don't think.
I think it's dimensional based, as in we
I
are
think it's like
we are
layers,
on a
dude.
globe in a dimension.
I think that it's like water and space have the same like properties to us.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like, we can't breathe under it, we can't
Yeah.
breathe in space. You know, I think we're in the fucking. What'd be real fucking wild is if we're in purgatory. You know?
Yeah, I believe in the firmament.
Yeah.
I mean the firmament spoke on in the Bible.
Yeah.
The firmament is the beyond the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And it is the water like space.
Yeah.
I believe that if you look at us, I mean, in reality, as crazy as this fucking sounds, that we are the equivalent of a fucking test tube. We're
We
a
come
fucking.
from seals. is what
We're
you're
that's
saying.
exactly, baby.
Yeah. Touch a rose.
And we're like you're looking up when you're seeing space. You know, whenever you have a fucking, I just went so fucking blank on the thing. Microscope.
Yeah,
You have
yeah.
a microscope, and you have a little slide.
It looks like
And you
fucking
take-
the universe and shit.
Well, you take something. Let's say you take a crumb, and you put it on a slide. You don't just look at that crumb. You put a little thing of solution on top
Yeah,
of that.
yeah.
That's what we are. The Earth is like a crumb right there, and the solution around it is what space is. And you're being
Yeah.
looked at, and the solution around it is space, aka water or solution
Right.
around it. And we're in a fucking microscope being fucking watched this whole time.
I think we're like the equivalent to germs.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
germs have their own universe.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
And it just keeps going and
Yeah.
going and going and going. I think everything's like that, whether it's fucking space. you
Turtles
know?
all the way down.
Yeah, literally.
And when you go the direction, let's not go too far on that, but just on real basic shit, just of something in the water, whatever. We also could be dealing with different species.
Yeah.
There can be stuff in space and stuff in the fucking water too.
Yeah.
No clue if it's the same people.
Right.
We don't know if it's the same shit or not.
Right, right,
you know?
right. Yeah.
But if something that big is coming up and you have fucking seals, Navy's seals again.
Here we
This
go.
episode brought to you by seals.
Yeah, by seal.
You have Navy SEALs that are trying to fucking climb it back up in there.
yeah,
It's the hardest motherfuckers out there.
yeah.
Like,
It's
oh
fucking
my god! And what
freaky.
is it?
Yeah.
You're seeing, if you're in the helicopter, you're just seeing a black shadow come up. But if you're down there real close, what are you fucking seeing?
Especially that big.
Are you seeing a biological organism?
Biological organism. Are you? And also like the concept of watching it go and just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and like the whole, you freak out when you see something that big.
Yeah.
Something that big rising towards you.
So big that by the time it's rising, you can't see the end of it. If it's the
Right.
size of an island,
Yeah.
you don't see the fucking end of it. Like,
Right.
what is this?
Right.
And then it sucks the missile. And
Yeah. Goes.
What?
Yeah. See ya.
So it has some sort of power outside of
Yeah.
itself to pull things in.
Yeah.
And you go back to we go back to the fucking sound that was the first one we talked about.
Yeah.
The sound on that fucking thing, and go back last year. It was last year, 2 years ago. The Titanic fucking submarine
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
when that thing blew up, and they were going around searching for it.
Yeah.
Searching, and they said, well, it would have been dead by the time they heard the noise.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
yeah.
heard a noise when we were searching for it, and it was going at a certain rate, a pulse
Yeah.
rate.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then they ended up writing it off and saying, well, it came from, it was cross lines from something else that was out there. That was also searching
They
for
love
it.
just saying that. Though.
Yeah, they'll say whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
Oh, we were looking out there, and this other ship was looking, and we were picking up the radar from it or something. That? Or you were picking up the pulse of whatever this fucking
Yeah.
thing
Whatever this thing is.
that
right.
maybe the little submarine didn't just fuck up.
Yeah. Maybe it got sucked under like how that fucking missile did. Dude,
Yep.
for sure. Because they never found it, right?
No, I think they found pieces,
Yeah.
which if something chomps it, there's going to be some pieces floating
Yeah.
around.
Fucking insane.
Crazy.
All right, what's this bad boy? I'm with you on all that though. Like legitimately, it's all fucking freaky and it's all too similar.
Yeah,
know
all
what
these
I mean?
stories float. I mean, they all float together. You
Yeah.
know, and we're only going to find out more
Yeah,
because these people
and they keep coming out.
are going to keep coming
Yeah.
out. At some point, everybody's going to finally retire,
Yeah,
and then they're not going to
Yeah,
care
yeah,
what
yeah.
they say.
Yeah.
You know, this shifts the subject a little bit more. I mean, it's all still just crazy shit. I feel like we're skimming over a bunch of it, but it's will be more on pace next week.
Yeah, for sure.
This is Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg last week sent out a letter that if you follow any of this stuff, everybody knew it was true anyway.
Yeah.
We knew all about it. But if you're a conspiracy theorist or if you're anything even just into different shit, you just automatically get cut off and you don't know anything about what you're talking about.
Right.
This is all about them suppressing shit. Zuckerberg and Meta. Meta, of course, owns Facebook. So here's the letter that he sent. He sent Jim Jordan, the chairman of whatever it was. He says, I'll just read it all right here. He says, I appreciate the committee's interest in content moderation on online platforms. As you are aware, Meta has produced thousands of documents as part of your investigation and made 12 employees available for transcribed interviews. Further to our cooperation with your investigation, I welcome the opportunity to share what I've taken away from this process. There's a lot of talk right now around how the U.S. government interacts with companies like Meta, and I want to be clear about our position. Our platforms are for everyone. We're about promoting speech and helping people connect in a safe and secure way. As part of this, we regularly hear from governments around the world and others with various concerns around public discourse and public safety. In 2021, senior officials from the Biden administration, including the White House, repeatedly pressured our teams for months to censor certain COVID-19 content, including humor and satire, and expressed a lot of frustration with our teams when we didn't agree. Ultimately, it was our decision whether or not to take the content down, and we own our decisions, including COVID-19 related changes we made to our enforcement. I lost myself. COVID-19 related changes we made.
Pressure.
Yep, our enforcement in the wake of this pressure. I believe the government pressure was wrong, and I regret that we were not more outspoken about it. I also think we made some choices that, with the benefit of hindsight and new information, we wouldn't make today.
Huh.
Like I said to our teams at the time, I feel strongly that we should not compromise our content standards. Scroll that up some. Content standards due to pressure from any administration in either direction, and we're ready to push back if something like this happens again. In a separate situation, the FBI warned us about a potential Russian disinformation operation about the Biden family and Burisma in the lead up to the 2020 election. That fall, we saw a New York Post story reporting on corruption allegations involving then Democratic nominee Joe Biden's family. We sent that story to fact checkers for review and temporarily demoted it while waiting for a reply. It's since been made clear that the reporting was not Russian disinformation, and in retrospect, we shouldn't have demoted that story. We changed our policies and processes to make sure this doesn't happen again. For instance, we no longer temporarily demote things in the U.S. while waiting for fact checkers. And there's a second part to that letter. Apart from content moderation, I want to address the contributions I made during the last presidential cycle to support electoral infrastructure. The idea here was to make sure that local election jurisdictions across the country had the resources they needed to help people vote safely during a global pandemic. I made these contributions through the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative. They were designed to be nonpartisan, spread across urban, rural, and suburban communities. Still, despite the analysis I've seen showing otherwise, I know that some people believe this work benefited one party over the other. My goal is to be neutral and not play a role in one way or another, or to even appear to be playing a role. So I don't plan on making a similar contribution this cycle. Respectfully, Mark Zuckerberg.
See, here's the fucking thing, dude. You know what really fucking sucks about this whole entire thing is, one, we've all been saying it since all that shit has happened, whether it was the COVID shit, the weird push for political agendas on either side, whatever.
Yep.
And saying like, hey, they have to be getting paid off, and then you could get canceled for saying either of those things.
Oh, don't you dare say it.
You get canceled for saying either of those things.
Yep.
And now that there's proof, and it's like even the guy that owns the company came out and said it is true, doesn't matter.
No, doesn't matter
The
at all.
same people are just like, no.
Nope, they lean into it.
Better wear your mask still.
Yep, they lean into it, and they hear me say this. It's a fuck you.
Yeah.
No, go fuck yourself.
The
Because
COVID
that's
thing,
the guy.
Yeah, that's the guy. He's saying like, yeah, no, this
Yeah.
is what happened. Yeah.
He's showing you and telling you 100% that there is governmental influence on what you are reading and what is tricking you. They're tricking you.
and what you're allowed to know and what you're allowed to hear and
Yeah,
see.
like the COVID-19 thing. The thing he said about how the FBI came to him and told him that this is Russian disinformation.
Yeah.
And it was about Hunter Biden working for Burisma.
Yeah.
And same thing with the laptop story.
Yeah.
They came to him and told him, nope, this is Russian disinformation. No, it's all real.
Yeah, it's real.
all real and proven that it's fucking real.
Right.
It's been proven. It is real. And if you guys are ignorant to that, sorry, there's no help for you.
Right. That's fine, but you don't be telling me I'm not allowed to say anything.
Don't come
about
at
it.
me because that's the guy that showed you the first. Why do you believe him now? Why did you believe him then? You
Right.
don't believe
You don't
him
believe him now. That was my big thing too. Is
Like with Fauci.
well, dude, look at all the people that were fucking. I mean, the COVID thing is the one that always gets me because listen to CDC, listen to CDC, listen to CDC. Why they would know blah blah blah. And as soon as they're like, oh yeah, so anyway, we can stop. Wearing masks. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Nope. CDC don't know. Nope.
It's like, and like, because right now there's a big push about the COVID shit again.
Yeah.
It's starting to come back as a big thing,
Yep.
which we already know what that is.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's just like, it's exhausting because there is no fucking winning.
No,
You're still
there's
not
not.
allowed to fucking be like, hey, this proof right here that they were lying about the whole COVID shit. The whole time they're fucking lying about it.
Yeah, and stopping the other counteracting information.
Taking our fucking podcast down.
Yeah. Yeah.
For just
exactly.
saying COVID.
Yeah.
Even though I got fucking vaccinated, still took it down.
Yeah.
Didn't matter.
Yeah.
Didn't fucking matter. And people are in like, I could say this till I'm fucking blue in the face. Like, hey, there's proof right there. And certain fucking people will be like, well, you're a danger to. And it's like,
Yeah.
you know what, man?
No, you're the danger whenever you say that.
Yeah.
You're the danger.
You are a fucking fascist.
Yeah.
That's fascism,
That's
dude.
fascism. I don't care you say you're Antifa.
Yeah, that doesn't fucking matter,
Yeah,
dude.
I don't care. I'm tired of playing the game.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of playing
Yeah,
the game.
That's fascism,
I don't
dude.
care.
Trying to rule people by fear.
Yeah.
Fear and to try to take their livelihood away from them because you don't agree.
Yeah.
That's fascism.
Yep.
That's fascism, dude.
And I'm here with everything. I'm here with the whole election and all this shit. If you want to scream in my fucking face for saying these things, then show me your fucking proof.
Right.
With all your ideas, with all of your theories, with
Yep.
all of your bullshit, just show me your proof. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Show me.
Yeah.
Because
Obviously-
I can show you that
Yeah.
right there. What was
I
just said.
obviously the COVID thing is always the easy one because how I felt and what I did
yeah.
were the opposite.
Yeah.
I thought that there was a lot. I'm not saying COVID wasn't real, but I think there was a lot of fucking fuckery going on.
Yep.
And be like, but for a safe bet, I'm gonna get vaccinated.
Yeah.
And me and my family all got vaccinated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I played the game.
Exactly.
So you can't fucking tell me now that like, oh, okay, so I was right. There
Yeah.
was people that had their hand. You were right.
Yeah.
And it's like that's still not enough.
Still not enough. Nope.
Dude, I best start watching people wear masks again.
Yeah,
And
all over
it-
the place.
It's like that's fine. If you want to do that, that's fine.
You do whatever you
Don't
want.
be
If you wanna
fucking
be
pissed
that,
at me for not
but-
wearing them.
Exactly.
I'm not doing that. I'm not going back to doing that again.
You know, I've lived my life protecting myself, and I'll continue to protect myself. So why don't y'all just protect yourself and shut the fuck up?
Because it's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Right there's proof right there. And I'm not going to be one of those people that's like, ha, I fucking told you. I don't
No,
care.
no.
But hey, just letting you know.
Yeah.
Now you got to leave me the fuck alone.
Yep.
You got to fucking, you're not going to try to tell me. You're not going
Yeah.
to sit there and try to fucking tell me that whatever I believe is a fucking danger to humanity.
Yeah. yeah. Because you refuse to listen to the person a second time.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy, though. So, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, kudos to him for fucking stepping up and saying that shit. It doesn't, it doesn't make up for that whole fucking of everything, whether it was the COVID shit, political shit.
The problem is that even though he came out and said this now, and there's more people that are coming out and saying it, there's a whole lot of stuff going on with Twitter right now with Elon.
Yeah.
We already talked about the Twitter stuff, though, before Elon got it. I mean, you can go and watch. I suggest everybody go and watch
Oh, they fucking hate him, dude.
the interview with Tim Pool with Jack, the guy who created Twitter.
Jack
on-
Dorsey or whatever. his
Jack
name is?
Dorsey
Yeah.
and Tim Pool, and then that chick that he had.
Yeah,
whenever
yeah,
they all
yeah,
went
yeah,
on
yeah,
Joe.
yeah.
And they, at one point, the woman couldn't explain why they banned these people and didn't ban these people. And at one point, Jack is like, "Are we really doing that? Why would we be doing that?"
Yeah, because he didn't know, right?
Yeah. Go back and look at all that. It's like
Because
this
he
has been a
eventually
thing.
left after that, didn't he?
yeah, and he actually started his own social media, like Blue or Sky or I don't know, something weird.
I think it's Seals.
That I think it's probably Seal. And then that I guess failed. And as of like 3 months ago, he went back on Twitter and fucking posted something about free speech being on Twitter.
That's
So,
fucking
which
crazy.
is they all hate him though now too because he
yeah.
said that. Anyway, what I was getting at with that, it's like it can be any of these people, and all this stuff can be coming out now. The problem is that we lost something whenever that happened, and we didn't. It's not like, oh, well, we lost 2 years, well, 3 years, 4 years. What? No. Everything changed from that point
Oh,
on.
yeah, 100%.
because they were able to blind and
They won.
brainwash
Yeah.
a certain sect of society
Yep.
to where they are now the soldiers for that side.
Oh, I
to
know.
where whenever you walk outside and you're not wearing your fucking mask, you get fucking hated on, you get canceled, you don't believe us, you're against us, you're a danger. And those people will do it to their death because they got attention from it.
They got something from it, right? And it's crazy because they're feeding into like a political game.
Yeah.
Because it's all a political
those
game.
those politicians don't care about you.
They don't fucking
They
care
don't
about
know
any
who
of
you
us.
are.
Yeah.
They don't. If they met you, they would forget about you in 5 minutes.
Dude, it's a weird fucking thing, man. Watching people fucking be diehard into politicians,
Yeah.
and it's just like, hey, man,
Yeah.
that's not what you're supposed to be about.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
like
yeah. Because it's all fucking,
it's all bullshit, man.
and they're just you know what? They're the weakest minded.
Yeah.
And I don't care. I'm not tied to one side or the other.
Fuck no.
I'm not into politicians at all.
Yeah.
I'm not tied to one side or the other. But right now I see a whole lot of counteracting information and contradictive information than everything that has been pushed.
Yep.
And I'm not going to sit idly by and just, well, I guess I'll still do
'Cause
this
guess
so
what?
that
It's-
people don't look at me.
And it's been
No.
fucking 8 years of it. That's a decade. It's been a
Yeah.
fucking decade of having to put up with this crazy shit.
Yeah.
I can't do another decade.
Yeah.
I'll be in my 50s,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
In another decade, I will be almost 50 years old.
Yeah. And it started in, well, I mean, obviously COVID was 20, but, 2016 was the
That's what
Trump,
I'm saying. Like the
Trump
big.
thing.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like the big. It started.
Yeah.
All of the stuff with both sides being manipulative to the people. Politicians have always been manipulative to the people, but it wasn't to the point where people were losing their jobs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like getting kicked off the internet.
Yeah.
Not for even anything crazy.
No.
For anything, just dude,
It's-
fucking what? That's not normal. That's not normal.
No, it's not fucking normal. But for some reason, these people think they're the fucking champions of the left.
It's fucking nuts, dude.
It's nuts.
I'm
And-
glad he came out and said something though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's because the thing is like we all know. Here's the thing that happens, man. Everything swings back and forth like that.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest fear, dude, is it starts with like on the left. The people are that are on the far left that are trying to stop humanity from being humans.
Yeah.
And then it swings back to the right, and they're going to do the same fucking thing.
Yeah,
And it's just going to keep going and keep going and keep going. And it's like, you guys have to understand where this is going, right?
Yeah, for
like, it's
sure.
going to get bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, might get lucky enough to where it doesn't because every 4 years it swaps and then it can't go far enough.
There's like a weird thing where people, like I know people personally that have said it like, all this stuff is just some sort of weird, like, fucking right-wing jack-off fantasy. And it's just like, dude, we're literally watching, no one's taking anybody's rights away. Yes, they are.
But you're saying that while you lost rights.
Yeah, and telling me that I'm not allowed to
And
to
don't
say
tell me it's some sort of right wing jack off fantasy whenever I'm not right wing and I'm watching it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I've heard that before, and I'm just like, hey, man.
It's anything whenever you identify with being far left, which is weird to identify anywhere.
Anything, yeah.
anywhere, and not just be a normal fucking person. Try that maybe, be a normal fucking person.
Right.
But whenever you identify far left, then every single thing that is against you is a far right, tough man, fucking white boy thing.
Yeah.
And get the fuck out of here with that. Get the
It's
fuck out
weird.
of here. Because I just want to bring it to the fucking middle.
Yeah.
Can I do that?
Right.
Oh, no, the middle's not far left enough for you.
There was a weird fucking because I remember this weird discourse about. I was like, that don't make sense. It was during the COVID thing. We played this one venue. What? You calling people on your phone?
No, I don't know what happened. I
Oh.
dropped it, though.
There was this weird thing during COVID where we played this certain venue that and this is a common thing, and it's almost like a lore at this point until I got to see it myself.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you had to wear a mask if you were standing at the bar. Standing on the floor, you had to wear a mask. Sitting down, though, you were allowed to take the mask off.
Yeah.
But you had to put a mask back on to walk through a doorway. And you could take it off as soon as you went in there.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, am I the only one that doesn't think any of this makes any sense?
Yeah.
This doesn't make sense. What do you mean that I could, once I go into this room with these same people,
Yeah.
I could take my mask off over here.
Yeah.
But when I come into this, it's literally a doorway like that.
Yeah.
But when I come in here, I have to keep my mask on. But if I sit down,
You can take
even
it
if,
back off.
dude, even if I'm standing next to the person, that person can take a mask off. But I had to wear one sitting down. I stood up, had to put a mask on.
Yeah.
Had to walk through the doorway, and then I could take it off when I was in there.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm confused. None of this is making any sense.
It was the most fake rules of all time.
Yeah.
You
but
go
this
to a
is-
bar, sit down, you take it off.
Yeah.
Go outside, smoke cigarettes there, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. Share cigarettes and shit.
Yeah. Remember, COVID doesn't exist outside.
Yeah. Dude, there were so many things about that, and I remember being like, hey, this doesn't make sense. It's like, don't be saying shit like that, though.
Don't you dare question it. Big Brother's watching. No question it.
And it's just like, dude, this is crazy people
It's
shit.
fucking-
I'm not saying COVID doesn't exist, but I'm saying these don't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense. And I'm not. Here's the thing, man. At the end of the day, if I don't want to fucking follow your rules, I don't have to fucking follow your rules.
I'm 37. I'm
Yeah.
burnt out, dude. I'm burnt out.
Yeah. Don't give a
I'm
fuck.
fucking burnt out. I don't care anymore. I'm tired.
And I don't want to hear the shit about fucking like, oh, I'm killing your grandma or something. Shut up.
no, I'm not, dude.
No, I'm not. That's in your pretend make believe fantasy.
Yeah. It's crazy, dude. That's crazy that he came out and was just like, hey.
Yep.
So there has been corruption going on like that. Which, I mean, if he's going to step up and say it, then all platforms.
Yeah.
I would love to see it. I don't think it'll happen, but I would love to see all social media platforms. Dude, and that goes for the same with the right.
Yeah.
Hey, so and so was funding some
yeah.
shit, and
Yeah. I mean, and that's so,
the point. Everybody needs to be like, hey, man.
So if you go back on, I know we've talked about him 3 times so far, but back on Joe, whenever Joe interviewed Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
That was 6 months ago, maybe a year ago even. I don't know. He talked about it then. He
Yeah.
let a bunch of all this shit out basically in a letter. He talked about that then.
Yeah.
Around that same time, then, with Elon whenever he took over Twitter, he was able to access all those funds. All you do is go back into Matt, was it Matt Taibbi? I think maybe the guy who did all the Twitter files.
Yeah.
And he leaked all that stuff, and he was showing who was funding this and what they were funding. And there was Republican side too. Like I said, everybody can get it. I'm not on either
Oh,
side.
hell no. Fuck no.
It's just been more obviously heavily censored via
dude,
the left.
It
That's
is
just-
what it is.
And that's
It is what it is.
if that's who it is, that's who it is.
That's who it is. It doesn't fucking. The thing is that it goes for both sides. But I mean, if it's one side or the other, then we obviously that's what it is.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck. We had
Because
audio,
playing that game is also defusing that part too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
we had audio taken off because we talked about the jab.
yeah.
And I didn't even go really deep into the shit.
Dude, we had audio taken off. If you remember, whenever I talked about how the COVID vaccine made me sick.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That's what it was. The jab.
And I just got flu symptoms like you would get at any fucking thing. I was just talking about how, like, man, it sucked.
Yeah.
And we got fucking podcasts taken down. It's like, dude, I'm talking about getting it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. Like, do you want us to talk about getting it or not?
Yeah.
They don't talk about it at all.
Don't speak. You weren't allowed to
yell
say
at somebody else though. Go yell at somebody on.
Yeah, exactly. You weren't allowed to say certain words.
It was crazy.
It triggered the algorithm. It's insane. That's
What
an
insane time.
Fucked.
Yeah.
And you guys want to support that more?
It's
What?
crazy. It's fucking crazy.
Like, I don't
Dude,
know.
the amount of things I've seen people talk about how the most censoring they've ever seen online has been on X.
And I don't get that
It's because they're pushing a narrative. Everybody's pushing a fucking narrative. There has to be some sort of weird fucking narrative where it doesn't matter that it's not
Yeah.
true.
and that's
And
I
they'll
just
bully you into fucking agreeing with it. Agree with it, or you're fucking done.
I want to see the proof of that. How do you say?
I don't know.
You can say all you fucking want, but where is the proof? That's it. It's that simple. Show me the fucking proof of it.
Yeah.
Because we have the proof of the other
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
Just show me the proof. Oh, you got censored? Where at?
Well, I know certain people that they feel like they're being censored because the big fucking push of telling people to kill themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, no,
Yeah.
that's actually, dude, like, you could get brought up on charges like that. That's
yeah,
the thing
that
is
one
you could
girl
br-
I think went to prison for telling her boyfriend to kill himself.
Yeah. That's a whole story. We'll get into that later. You want to call it? 'Cause Now
Yeah.
I'm getting heated.
Yeah, I'm actually literally getting heated. I'm sweating. What is that little head in the middle, right above the smoking stack?
Oh, don't worry about that, dude. You can't see that.
Okay. All right.
Don't worry about that right now.
Okay.
I'll show you later.
All right.
You thought it was an alien head, didn't you?
Yeah.
No, that's not. That's not what that is. That's not what that
okay.
is. Yeah, yeah.
All right. Never mind.
All right. Well, let's get off here. This was a good episode though. I feel like the alien shit is freaky, and the Sounds in Space one is the one that fucked me up the most. I think.
Yeah, it's fucking weird, man.
We'll
Weird
keep
shit.
an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep monitoring.
We're,
it.
we're cruising into fall, so we'll be switching over to ghost stories here soon.
Yep. And now that we had 3 weeks off, my back is really fucked up. So I'm hoping that
He's walking with a cane right now, so
I'm hoping that allows me for more time to. Yeah.
don't judge.
Hopefully that allows me more time to fucking sit down and actually have more shit
Right,
to bring into this. Like, hey, I can't go do anything.
Yeah.
I'll just look up crazy shit.
Yeah. Hey, man.
Whatever.
Thank you guys for fucking listening and letting us bitch as always.
Yep.
My name is Josh Richter.
Cody Daddy.
See you later.
See ya.
Telling you, man. Fucking ghost in space. It's definitely some sort of fucking communication.
Yeah, I think it's communication.
I think so too.